Hey everybody, it's Tim.
And Anitra with Destination Delaware. We are at Paul's Marine today, getting ready for boating season.
Absolutely, super excited. Kicking off the Delaware County Fishing Trail in 2026. Looking at some new boats, looking how to get our boats serviced and ready for summer.
We're here at Paul's Marine with Brad from Paul's Marine talking about getting ready for boating season. Oh, we've earned it this year. Tell me a little bit about what people are looking for, what's trending this year.
Pontoons still seem to be the market trend. People are more gravitating towards the pontoons because you can get more people. You've got plenty of storage, and now with the option to go with the triple tune, larger horsepower, so you get the performance. You're not missing out on any of the performance. So you can still tube and ski and all the water sports that go along with boating.
It's kind of one-stop shopping if you just sort of want to get out on the water and just enjoy it. You don't have a specific purpose necessarily.
Right.
And so what are some other trends that you're seeing in the industry? Maybe new products or maybe things related to boats?
Well, there's always new products coming into the market. One of those things where you kind of want to be cautious. Anything new on the market, you kind of want to see how it does in the marketplace before you run out and buy it. Just with anything, whether it's a new motor or just any new product, just once they bring it out to market, usually there's a few kinks that they have to work through. So you don't want to be the first one to go out and buy that.
That's really good advice too.
Yeah.
And so let's say, I'm sure you see people every year who say, you know what, Brad, I just want to get out and boat, but they don't know where to start. Maybe they don't have a boat, maybe they do and they're just getting started. But let's take the customer who doesn't have a boat, who wants to get into boating. Where do you start? Because there's so many specialty boats out there.
Right. And I think some people are cautious because they're not familiar with boating. So they're kind of a little timid. A lot of times there are sources like the Coast Guard Auxiliary where you can go take your boating course. You can take a hands-on course where they'll actually take you out on the water. One thing that we've always done, if you purchase a boat from us, we will take you to the water. We're not just going to sell you a boat. We want you to be safe, but we want everybody else to be safe as well. So,
and what kinds of things do you go over with boaters when you do that experience?
Well, first off, we trailering. I want them to be comfortable trailering the boat back and forth. I want them to be comfortable launching the boat. So when they put the boat in the water, taking it on and off the trailer, which is sometimes kind of a learning curve. So I always spend time with people and make sure that they're comfortable. So when it comes time for them and their family, there's no problem. They know exactly what they're doing.
And you've already had a test run, so that's
right.
Good.
And then, usually I'll take them out in the boat as well. We'll run the boat together. We'll go around the lake a little bit, and then I'll stop, and we'll go over like where your oil goes, and some of the maintenance things that you want to check. And every boat's a little different, so you're going to have different things for different boats.
And you were telling me earlier about fishing boats seem to be also, in addition to pontoons, fishing boats are real popular this year.
Springtime, always. Fishing boats are always the first ones on the water. And fishermen can't wait to get out there and get their lines wet.
Of course, I can relate to that. We want to get out there. But, and so fishing boats, again, there's so many different kinds. What are some things that people should keep in mind to know where to start or what kind is suitable for the types of fishing or experiences they want to have?
Well, I think with fishing boats, it depends on what the type of fishing that you do. Because, you can fish off of any boat. And I tell people that all the time. It just depends on how serious you are and what kind of equipment, what kind of layout that you want. A crappie fisherman is going to want a certain layout. A cat fisherman is going to want the same, different layout where their rods are set up and bass fishermen are the same. They want to have, their graphs, their fishing deck, trolling motor, so there's just, a boat for just about any species that you want to fish for. I have a lot of people that fish for muskie, which has gotten very popular here in Ohio.
Right.
And they want a deep V. They want something that they can take on a little bit deeper water or rougher water and still feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm. And we're sitting here in the Olds Marine showroom, and I'm seeing so many different types of boats. Do you have something for other types of boaters? I'm thinking, I grew up on a small cottage, visiting my grandfather's cottage when I was a kid, and we had a very small boat. We didn't have a pontoon. We didn't have the fishing boat. We had something in between. What are those sorts of boats, and who might that consumer be?
Those are probably more considered as a utility type boat or a John boat. And utility boats are great because they're pretty inexpensive. They're easy to clean because there's no, say, carpet and upholstery. It's just pretty much aluminum, so they're pretty basic, but a great way to get out on the water. A very inexpensive way to get out on the water if you want to take your family out and not have to spend a lot of money. A utility deep V or a John boat is a great way to go.
And for people who are just getting new into the boating market, it's an investment. No matter which type of boat you go with, what are some things that people need to consider, think about, maybe plan for before they take that leap?
Well, I always tell people to buy their second or third boat first, to consider growing into your boat and not out of your boat. So a lot of times a person will make a quick decision and then regret it later because they feel like maybe they didn't get enough horsepower, or maybe they didn't get a big enough boat to accommodate all their family and their friends. So sometimes I always tell people, think about it. Think about a couple years down the road. If you've got a growing family, you might need a little bit more room. So you're not having to trade your boat in a few years for something different.
Right. That's really good advice. And are there other pain points, other questions that customers come in and ask you that are important to share that information with folks who might want to know, how do I do this?
Sure. We have always been an open book, and if you have a question, there is no question, big or small, that we, won't help you with. I think sometimes people think they're dumb questions, but we always say there's no dumb questions in this business. We will always be here to help anyone who calls us or needs service or advice. If you're just looking to see what your boat's worth, I'm always willing to do the free NADA report with you. You sit down with me and answer a few questions. I can tell you exactly what your boat's worth and what you could expect to sell it for if you were going to sell it on your own. And then I can also offer consignment to those people if they don't want to sell their boat themselves, which sometimes people don't want to fool with, having to sell something themselves. You got title work involved. You got a lot of people who just want to come look at it and, not buy it. So it takes a lot of time sometimes. And the other thing we'll do is, if they do buy a boat from us, again, whether it's a consignment boat, used boat, or a new boat, we're going to take you to the water. We're not just going to sell you a boat. So everything that we sell, we guarantee. So it goes through the shop, gets checked out by our certified technicians. We go through a 30-point inspection to make sure that that boat is suitable for sale. So we look at the integrity of the hull structurally. We look at the electrical, make sure there's no issues electrically, mechanically. So we go through the motor entirely. A lot of times we'll just go ahead and do the oil changes then, and if it needs an impeller or anything like that, it's that preventive type maintenance to get it ready to sell.
And that's important to feel confident that you're ready to go. You've got everything done. You have the resources to ask questions. So
yes, and we encourage people to, do your oil changes in the fall. When you're winterizing your boat, get it ready for spring, because in the springtime, when we get busy, you don't have to wait in line. You want to go to the water. So you get all that stuff done early, you're ready to go to the water.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Brad. And we're with Brad with Paul's Marine, talking about getting ready for summer. We are ready to get on the water.
We are too.
So thank you so much for all of the great advice.
Thank you, Anitra.
We're here at Paul's Marine with Jason, service manager. Jason, we survived winter.
We made it through.
Yes, we did. Last time we talked, we were winterizing boats. Now, summerizing, right?
Yep.
Getting ready.
Everybody calls it something different.
I'm getting the itch. I know everyone else is. Obviously, as busy as you are here already, I think everyone else is. Can you talk to us a little bit about some of the things that boat owners need to be looking at as they're starting to get ready to go out for the summer?
Yeah, after a long winter, a lot of times the batteries need to be, that's a priority before people just take them straight out to the lake. They find out they got a dead battery. Make sure you're charging those up, checking them out. Also topping it off with higher octane fuel. That's the big thing. Like for that first fuel fill up for the season, if that octane levels drop through the winter, if you top it off with higher octane, it brings it up to where you can actually burn through that gas that's been in there for that short period of time through winter. Obviously this year was a little longer than we wanted, but
yeah, this winter was rough. Some people, we battle ethanol and gasoline. It'll attract moisture. Anything we can do with that, some additives. I know Mercury has some additives that they recommend.
Mercury offers like a store and start. They've got 3 different products. One for just short term, one for cleaning up combustion chambers, one for long term.
Sure.
If you can get rec fuel is the best. I know a couple of gas stations around here sell it. The marina should have it. That's always the best option. But if you got to resort to the 87, grab a bottle of some kind of stabilizer treatment and put it in with every tank.
Absolutely. Great. Well, obviously, yeah, as a boat owner, and we want to enjoy our boats when we're out there. So say I don't want to do this myself. I want the professionals to take a look at. Is it something that they could just bring down here to Paul's Marine and have the professionals here at Paul's Marine take a look?
Yeah. What we do is they'll call in. They'll just kind of go through. I'll go through the whole process. We'll start it up. We check over the batteries. We'll do a fuel sample. We check the gauges, pumps, blowers, all of the safety equipment to make sure when they hit the water that they're ready to go. It takes about an hour. So you call in, we'll schedule a day, drop it off in the morning, you're ready to go in the afternoon.
So an hour might be all the difference we need in having a great summer, right?
Yep, it can start you off on the right foot.
Absolutely. I know I do a lot of my own maintenance myself, but it's always good to have some other eyes on things. You might miss something, and you brought up a good point about safety equipment and making sure to inspect those. I know a lot of us were using the inflatable life jackets and stuff now. We want to make sure those cylinders are charged and ready to go. Fire extinguishers, if they're using flares, anything like that, all that kind of safety equipment. A lot of that stuff has expiration dates on it. So again, for being safe, having an enjoyable day, we don't want to attract any additional attention. Our friends from the ODNR are out there checking on us, and that's honestly just to keep us safe. But they'll come check you out. Everything works out good. You're 5 minutes, you're back on your way, and we can all have a great day. So. Is that anything, I know you guys sell all these products here. So if there was something in need that somebody needed to get out on the water safely, you could provide that to them?
Yep, we've got a huge array of life jackets, tubes. We've got all the safety equipment from the flares to throwables. So we've got everything that we can keep you safe, keep you legal out there on the water, and enjoy your day instead of having it ruined by something small.
Absolutely, yeah. We do boating, we go fishing, we spend time with our families and things out on the lake because obviously we want to have a good time. So if you want to get out on the water soon, you probably better get this service scheduled now, right?
Yeah, the outboards go a little quicker because we can get them through a whole lot easier. We're normally about a week or 2 out in the beginning, and then we can get booked out quite a ways. So get a call in, and we'll get you on the schedule and get you taken care of.
Absolutely. So don't wait till Memorial Day weekend.
Correct.
Right?
Don't think you're going out on July 4th on July 3rd. That's a tough one.
That's right. So let's get it scheduled. And again, Jason, thank you. Jason's a service manager here at Paul's Marine. They do great work here, and they can provide you all the safety equipment and all the maintenance things that you need to enjoy another great year of boating. We look forward to seeing everybody out here on Delaware County on all our Great Lakes. And again, if you need any kind of maintenance or anything, get a hold of the professionals here at Paul's Marine. They'll get you taken care of.
Yes, sir.
Wow, what a fun day at Paul's Marine. I learned so much. I love how they help families get educated, know their safety, get them out on the water, and just get them prepared to be a boat owner and use the boats.
Absolutely. And hey, we thank you for joining us today on the Delaware County Fishing Trail. We look forward to seeing all of you out on the water. Check out all of our new content at visitdelohio.com. Till then, we'll see you soon.